Greetings, geeks! Adam coming at you with another Wizards Hall video. We've got plenty of issues of the magazine joining the archive, so we wanted to show off these little bits of history and see if they tickle your nostalgia bone. First up here, we have an issue of Wizard featuring some members of the cross-gen universe. How many of you remember cross-gen comics? They were heavily funded, got a big push. They had a lot of star power, as it says here. Some of the top writers and artists were making their way over there. But also, check this out here. The first look, Superman on DVD! Oh, it was so exciting to see all the special features, like deleted scenes, a director's cut. Oh, yeah. If you remember the early days of DVD, it was a new, exciting time. Now, also a spin-off magazine for Wizard is Toons, which was very fun. You see here the Spawn animated series on HBO was still a very big deal. South Park, right? There's all sorts of things. They would do a lot of episode guides. There wasn't like a price guide for animation cells or collectibles necessarily, but it was some really in-depth stuff. I used to pick up, not knowing this existed back in the day, like animation magazines, just to learn the history. It's kind of fascinating stuff. So this ran for about a year. I believe that was the first issue I just showed you, and this is the last one. When we get to it in the timeline, we'll certainly have more details, but, you know, putting Pikachu on the cover, you're going to sell some magazines, right? So, the kings of animation, the Pokemon. This is a little bit of a preview for what's going to be upcoming in a bonus episode in about a month or so. We have our Top Cow Universe special. This was released by Wizard. We recently posted this to our social media, this ad, and everybody was like, I collected every one of those comics, except for The Vault. Nobody seemed to know what The Vault was. So if you're a big fan of The Vault, why don't you tell us all about it? Getting into some later issues of Wizard, though, the larger format, this all-new gold collector's issue. Nice painting of the Justice League here. What I find interesting about this is, so they had their gold edition, but they also were just trying to make themselves more and more collectible, the magazine itself, not just what they were covering. So I thought I'd share this if I could find the ad, because they're actually promoting this issue. They talk about here, the Ultimate Comics collection continues. But, you know, they want you to get the Wizard Platinum issue, okay, which had an Alex Ross cover of some of those public domain heroes that he was bringing to life. But it says there's also a top secret Marvel cover that had something to do with Secret Invasion. Speaking of Marvel and Wizard covers, continuing to try to find these Wizard number 230 covers. There were 4 of them in all, and this is kind of fascinating. So we already got the Spider-Man Noir, and now we have the Spider-Man in the black costume, which looks awesome. But we also, 3 down, 1 more to go. We got the regular Spider-Man cover, which I have not seen this offered very much. This black costume cover, all over the place in terms of people selling it. But the one I really need, okay, so if you've got a luck or you've got it in your collection, Spider-Man 2099. That's the one I'm hunting down, one of my favorite characters. So of course I want it, right? So yeah, so that's what's coming up here. We want you to stay tuned, stay subscribed here to the YouTube channel. We have some fun stuff coming up. Speaking of spin-off magazines, Doug Goldstein will be joining us to talk about Sci-Fi Invasion magazine. Do you remember Sci-Fi Invasion? Oh, well, it's on its way to you. We're covering all 5 issues. He was very excited to talk about it, so I hope that you will tune in for that coming up very soon. But of course, if you want to get more from your Wizards experience, head on over to patreon.com/Wizards Comics. You get full scans of issues. You get video versions of our podcast recordings. You get extras like, hey, we're doing now 90s Super Cinema in our $7 tier, which is our Heroes in Motion tier. So you get a full extra podcast every month covering superhero movies, but the regular $5 tier ain't nothing to sneeze at either. So go on over to check that out. Thank you for coming and see this video, and hey, until next time, keep your books bagged and boarded.